Hi, I'm Tarot Oracle, and this is my Tarot/Oracle, well, tarot reading for MF. MF got a new tarot deck, and MF thinks that it's haunted or evil because her friend told her it's evil. So, and she wants me to find out what's going on. So, for an evil tarot deck, speaking of evil tarot decks, I am going to use for this reading the kitties. Yes, the kitties. No, not the kitties. Okay, so here we go. So, it's interesting enough, you asked about an evil deck, and I pulled the devil. The kitty devil. Well, the doggy. Well, the doggy is evil to the kitties, I guess. Anyway, so, okay, so we do have the devil, which is supposed to go over here, but I ran out of room. All with the limits of not having a widescreen. Okay, anyway, but you do have the devil card that kind of looks over it, let's say, for this reading, per se. And I think that it's not evil, but maybe you perceive it as evil or something. I don't really think is there an evil tarot deck? I don't know, maybe one that's cursed or something like that. I don't know. I mean, I'm just not, okay, I'm like the biggest reader of Crowley in the history of mankind, and Golden Dawn as well. So I've read like a ton of stuff over and over and over. But I mean, seriously, if like magic actually existed, Crowley knew just a crap load, and he probably forgot more about magic than I'll ever know, right? But he died like poor. He was broke. He got kicked out of all these organizations. I don't know. He just had a rough life. I mean, if you had like that powerful in magic, wouldn't you help a brother out and make yourself some money, or I don't know, something else? And that's just me. I'm just rambling. But I mean, you do have the devil here. So if you're asking if it's evil, I pulled the devil. I just don't see it as evil, but I do see it as probably not good for you just because you think it's evil. So just because that thought came in your head. So many tarot decks, you know. You can use kitties. You can use the Golden Rider. You can use maybe the Spiral Tarot. There's all sorts of good decks. Why would you want to use a deck that you think is evil, or you think could be evil, or maybe evil, or something like that? So I don't really see this as being a cursed deck or any other problems like that. We do have the sun upside, so look at the devil's looking over it. I think that's just your opinion, that maybe the cards have some sort of a bad influence associated with them, which is okay. Maybe they, you know, just not jiving with you. Maybe you think it's not the best cards. But you'd have the sun upside down, which just means you're just not, again, you're not jiving with it. It's not going to be a happy deck. It's not going to be a good deck that you're going to get a lot of intuitive meaning from. So I would pretty much ditch the deck. Give it to somebody else. Just don't tell them it's evil, you know. I'm not saying like ambush somebody or something. But just give it to somebody else and tell them this is the best deck you've ever had, but you have 2 copies. Or, you know, just get rid of it. So if it's going to be sun upside down to you, I would just get rid of it. As well as a Page of Pentacles. I think this means it's not really going to be that big of a financial problem for you to get rid of the deck and just pick up some of the deck that you enjoy. As well as the Knight of Wands. Again, I just don't see it being a problem with getting some different deck, and I don't see this deck, you using it as a deck that you're going to be using long term, even if you kind of come to term with it, even if you kind of come to terms with the fact that you don't like the deck, but you're going to use it anyway. I think most decks that I've tried that with, there seems to be 2 perspectives that I've noticed with decks. Number one is, I don't understand this deck yet, but it's cool. So like when I first started out, I didn't like the Thoth deck at all. So I was just like, you know, this is cool. I really like this deck, but I don't think I'm ready for it yet. So, but then there's the second type of deck, which is second type of bad deck, which is, you know, I just hate this deck. I absolutely dislike this deck. And when you try to use those, you pretty much epic fail, and there's not a lot of communication going on between you and the deck. So kind of an Ace of Swords thing, I think, is the ending here, to where you need to just find a way to communicate with another deck, use another deck that you like, that you enjoy, and just ditch the deck that you think is the devil. But that is funny that I pulled the devil as the card up here. And, I mean, you read tarot. Maybe you interpret that as the deck is evil and it's going to come bite you in the ass at night or something like that. You know, I really don't know. But I'm just saying that I don't think the devil points to the fact that it's an evil deck. I really don't think that it's going to be a good deck for you, but just because you're asking me the question. And anyway, that's just my opinion. I mean, you asked me. I'm a random tarot reader on the internet. So you asked me your question, and I gave you my opinion. And that is my reading.